Hey guys, I'm back. I'm Samantha and I'm a therapist and I'm creating a video every day for a year, and this is video 262. Thank you so much for being here with me whenever you catch this, day or night. And today I wanted to talk about a few things. A few things came up today and I couldn't decide what to do this video about, so I thought I'd just kind of lump it all together. So we're going to see how this goes. So today I had a question from a subscriber that I'm going to get to because it's hard to type out answers, so I just do videos on the answer that I want to give out. So, but one of the first things I wanted to say was that I've decided that throughout the last few months, how done I am with things that are not serving me. And I'm 43, and I'm just done dealing with anything that doesn't serve me, which is mostly my thoughts that have hurt me in the past. All the things that I used to say to myself when I look in the mirror and all the flaws I would see. And those things kept me from even getting on YouTube and doing this, because I was like, man, I'm gonna have to look at myself every day. And I don't wanna hear my voice every day. And I don't wanna do all these things. But something told me, you gotta do this. You have to do this. And so that's why I started. And so if you're looking to start anything, you've got to let go of the old you. And you have become more. Most of the time, we've all become more, and we're holding on to the old us. And that's why we can't move forward. And that's why we feel like other people might be holding us back. And it's never anybody else. It's only us holding us back. It's just you against you. So who would you be? The first question I have for this video was, who would you be if you were to let go of your old thoughts, your old stories, and the old you? Who would you become? So really think about that. And I had to let go of so many old stories that I was telling myself. Am I perfect at this? No. I'm a human. I'm a woman. And, we have maybe some perimenopause beginning. So we're dealing with a lot of stuff. Plus, we've got a stressful world in different times, and everybody's got something going on in their lives. And I do a lot of sessions every day, and I'm in a bunch of people's business, and it can be a lot. And I handle it very well because I take care of myself very well. And that's another thing I really wanted to talk about too, is just, are you taking care of yourself? And this doesn't mean just only like the external things, like go get your nails done. Of course, do the nails. Do the external things, but are you taking care of your internal self as well? Are you thinking really nicely about yourself, or are you being mean to yourself daily? Are you beating up on yourself about past mistakes? I don't think there are mistakes, but we say that they're mistakes. They're just decisions we made, and we did the best we could at the time with the information that we had at that time. Always remember that everything benefits you. Everything is teaching you something that benefits you every single time, no matter what it is. We get to assign the meaning to everything. So that's something to remember. Everything is inherently neutral. We just assign a good or bad meaning to it, whatever we want to do with that. And so a lot of times those meanings are programmed into us, and then we carry them on, and then we tell a story about them, and we hold on to these old stories that just no longer serve us. So me being in my 40s, I am finally, deciding that I'm done with all of these things. And I decided that a few months ago, of course. But I've never felt more at peace than I do. Every single day, it's getting better. It is so amazing. And I attribute that to training my mind and body to calm and just live as simply as possible. Still have some crazy in there, there's still some stuff, like when you're a therapist, you hear some stuff, you deal with some stuff, but all in all, it's my calling. It's not my job. It's not even, I don't know. It's my calling. It's what I'm meant to do. I can definitely tell. And, so I have to really, really take care of myself every day. And I will say, make sure that you're brushing your teeth, for one thing. I'm the teeth brushing police and flossing police and water police. That's what I've always called myself. So I don't mean to be mean to people or call people out on that, but like we've got to make sure we're doing the little things, because those little things can really add up into big things. And I tell this stuff from experience, seeing it around me, and I would see these things happen to people and I would be able to predict this is going to happen to them. And so I would take on the things that because I was a caretaker for years too. I took care of my grandma for 10 years, and I took care of elderly people, and I took care of a quadriplegic man one time. That was a very difficult job. Only did that for a month. That's whenever we lived in Florida back in the day. In 2013, we lived in Florida for 3 months. Only 3 months, came right back. And it was beautiful there, but we came back. So, but in taking care of others, I learned the patterns of people, and I learned and saw like how much people don't take care of themselves. And a lot of people don't even know how to take care of themselves. And then, we get married, we have kids, we do all these things, and we lose ourselves even more. So always create a good foundation for yourself, whatever that looks like. For me, it's non-negotiables. Like I have non-negotiables, even the morning of my surgery and after my surgery, where I had my nose, what is it called? The deviated septum operated on a year ago. I did a 30-minute walk the morning of and a 30-minute walk the next day. Like I'm just doing it because these are non-negotiables and they make me feel good during and after I do them. So like working out and meditation, those are two things non-negotiable. And I take a shower every day. I shower every day. So not everybody does that, but these are the things that, and a workout every day, these are the things that make me feel so good. And now I've adopted doing Taibo at night, and it makes me feel so good, so strong, so powerful. It just brings back old memories. It feels awesome. So you get to decide what you turn your life into. Don't let anybody tell you that your life needs to be a certain way. You can always decide how you want it to be. So I encourage you to think, who would I become if I were to let go of these old thoughts that don't serve me? Anything that doesn't serve you, you've got to let go of that, because you've probably grown past a lot of things and you're just keeping yourself stagnant in a certain area that maybe you've grown in. And that's why we feel bad, I think, whether it's anxiety or depression or, there's all these feelings that we feel. And I think it's because we're not being who we truly are. And we have either let people tell us what we should do, or we tell ourselves what we should be doing. And I don't like the word should. It's like, who do you want to be? What do you really want to do in your life? If you want to have fun, start incorporating fun into your life every day. Like I say, take out that old, I don't even know if anybody has china anymore, but that was a thing back in the day, we're saving the good china for when we have company and during the holidays. And that's when we bring this special stuff out. It's like, no, use it every day, because you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. So it's like, just use it now. Wear the beautiful dress to Target this weekend if you want to. Don't save things. Use them every day. Every day is a special occasion. Look at it like that. Every day of my life is a special occasion. It doesn't have to be just because it's Valentine's Day doesn't mean it's got to be, a special day necessarily, even though, holidays are cool and all, but make every day a holiday. Be happy every day. Be at peace every day. Love people every day. Love yourself every day. Make every day like Christmas morning. Oh my gosh, I wonder what's going to happen to me today. Something great is going to happen to me today. Wake up thinking like that every single day and watch what happens. So what thoughts are you going to let go of to become your new self? And who would you become if you were to do that? Like, what thoughts would you start to think? And how would you feel? And what beliefs would you have? And then what identity would you turn into if you were to do that? So, and then I'm going to leave you with a little answer that I thought I would touch on really quickly, because an awesome subscriber asked this question. So thank you so much for asking this. And this is going to be a shorter version of what I'll end up talking about in other videos, because I've got a lot of ideas, and every day I need to do a video. So But by the end of the day, I'm a little tired. And some of these days I'm going to be doing videos during the day more, but it just works out at night a lot of the time. And someday soon, I'm going to be in the next few weeks coming up with topics and getting a little more organized and getting a little better at the videos and, just actually having more streamlined videos sometimes with topics that I've planned. Right now, pretty much all these videos, there's no plan when I go into it, which is fine. It's just I want to be better for you guys in a lot of ways. So this answer I'm going to give is going to be a little bit short, but I want to make longer videos on these topics because I've learned so much over the years that I love to pass on, and it's just, I would just be rambling. So the question was, should I manifest an SP, specific person? If you don't know what SP is, most of you do though. Should I manifest an SP or wait for the universe to bring me the best life partner? My SP is also the best person I've ever been with, but I always feel like if I manifest my SP, I might miss out on the best that the universe has to offer. What are your thoughts about this? Should I leave it to the universe to bring me either my SP or someone of universe's choice? So remember that if you think about you are the universe. You are the universe. You get to decide. All possibilities exist in the universe. Apparently there are parallel realities out there, infinite versions of you and your person and other people. And there's a version, I like to think that there's a version of all of us, we're married and happy and have 10 kids. And then there's a version of us that's very sad and depressed and is single. And we all exist. Everything exists now. So what I like to do with SP stuff, because I have been through all of this for years, I promise. It has been a rough road, and I had a lot of help from Esther Hicks along the way. So I actually have the book, The Astonishing Power of Emotions, Let Your Feelings Be Your Guide by Esther and Abraham Hicks. And this is an awesome book. This is an older book too. Wanted to read just a little bit in here about this. I really like this. If you keep things like really playful. So she says, they say, if you could establish a less serious, more playful approach to your relationships, not trying to make each of them the one I am looking for, but instead saying, this is someone with whom I am having the pleasure of sharing a meal, or someone with whom I am enjoying a conversation, or someone I'm having a good time with today, then you wouldn't use this moment in time as your excuse to defy your own intentions and desires, and the universe would more easily and quickly provide the rendezvous you are looking for. When you trust the laws of the universe, and the laws of the universe is underlined in this book, so we'll get into that. In the fluid, life-giving, productive stream of life, you will find everything you are looking for. But in your belief that you must make it happen through action, you often hold yourself crossways of the current, and you hold yourself apart from your own expansive desires. When you are truly lighthearted about the people you spend time with, you will attract other like-minded, lighthearted people. But if you are seriously scrutinizing all of them to see if they're your dream mate, you will attract other scrutinizers, and you will just continue to disappoint each other. When you bring yourself to a good feeling attitude about meeting people and you are looking forward to going out on a date for the sake of the fun or pleasure you will have today, rather than trying to parlay it into a lifetime relationship, you'll be much more likely to remain a vibrational match to what you really want in a relationship, and then the universe will more quickly bring your perfect mate. So when you feel tense and worried about these things, and we're wondering, worrying, giving the universe power, we don't have to do all that. It's just like be very playful with, I wonder what's going to happen with this situation. I used to be like, I used to have so many troubles with this too. And it was not good. It was just not serving me the way I was thinking about this. And I had to really learn my way through here. I had to learn to love myself unconditionally, love the other people in my life unconditionally that I was having issues with in any way. I had to learn to send love to people that I was having issues with, send love to myself no matter what was happening. And one thing I love to do about this too is like, just my best suggestion for anybody is Create the best life for you that you can. Learn to let go of limiting beliefs. Learn to let go of all of the bad things you're telling yourself about yourself. And because when you get that mate, that best mate of yours will bring up everything in you that you thought was healed. It will not be. It will be like brought out of the shadows of the darkness, and it will come and just, it'll bite you. And so if you create the best self, the best version of you, this is my absolute best advice, is you want to become the best you possible because your energy is going to be different, and you want to attract the best person you can, the best version of a person that you can, and you're going to do that when you shift yourself. So always keep that in mind, that if we're, I'm not saying you're desperate, but like if somebody's desperate and they're like, I've got to figure this out, and you're going to attract somebody else that also is feeling that way, or they're going to be like the exact opposite and treat you like you're, your parents that abandoned you when you were a kid. It's just like this whole thing. So my best advice is always to find out, what limiting beliefs do you have? What do you tell yourself on a daily basis about yourself? What is your self-concept like in relation to yourself and everything else around you, your person? How would you like to feel in a relationship? So that's the other thing. What would a relationship add to your life? What are you actually wanting? Because just because we get that person does not mean that we're going to be happy. So it's like, get happy first. And Esther would always say that. I would hear her videos, she's like, just get happy. And I was like, how do you get happy when you don't have what you want? And I was like, oh, this makes sense, because she would go into like, well, once you get what you want, well, you're kind of done. And then you have what you want, and then now you're going to want something else. And so it's like, get happy now anyway. And so I learned to be happy without literally everything I thought that I needed to make me happy. I didn't have it. And I was like, man, I gotta practice this. I've had tastes of this and tastes of that, but I couldn't hold on to this, and I still don't have that. And I wonder why this happened. And I wonder why everybody else is having children. That was one thing that was going on. Everybody around me was having children all these years. And I have always wanted children, never had them. Could I have had them? Yes. But in my situation, I personally, for me, it would have been kind of selfish for me to have them. So I didn't have them yet. Maybe it'll happen. But the point of that is, I had to go through so many experiences where I was just in agony and like so sad and so upset. And my best advice for anybody is to work on not letting anything outside of you control how you're feeling. And once you've got a grasp of you and you know you better, you can actually start creating that foundation of a great life where you feel more at peace. And then you're going to start attracting versions of people who also feel at peace. And so I just decided, it was like, I got to become the best me I can be so I can have the best version of this person. And then you just ride off into the sunset together. And it's almost like manifestation to me is like, you're just stepping into the next room and there it is. You're just taking a step over there. Instead of going left, you decide, I'm going to go right today. Boom, there it is. It's so easy, but we make it so hard. So that's why I start with self. Neville always said, nothing to change but self. So the more you change you, then you're going to see that the answers just unfold, and there's no thinking. I told some people today, I was like, don't use your thinker, because your thinker lies to you. You want to use your heart. Your heart is going to guide you, and just let it guide you. Relax yourself. Let things kind of just unfold. Just allow life to happen. And do that with intention though too. Do some intentional living, because I also decided, I was like, if I want this great partner in these ways, well, I want to become that first for me. So it's like, I give myself these things and gave myself so much over the years that I would attract these aspects. And so that's all we're really wanting, is just to feel good. Remember that the person won't make you feel good. It's you that's making you feel good. So keep that in mind, and you can get anything you want. You can be anything you want, have anything you want. all possibilities exist. So when I learned all possibilities exist and all these versions of these people were out there, I was like, okay, I'm going to take all the guesswork out of it and just be the best me I can be. And that is my like absolute best advice. Like create the most kick-ass life you can possibly create. And you'll see that things just happen and they unfold in the perfect timing, always for you. I promise you. Just have to kind of relax into it. So I'll go deeper into some of these because I've got so many more different ways to explain this, but that was just like the best thing that I could come up with today. So yeah, I hope that helps you. Hope it helps everyone else too. If it did, please share this with somebody else who might benefit from this information. And please remember you are so loved. Pass that on to anybody else who might need to hear that today or tonight or tomorrow. And please like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I'm already 871 subscribers. That is so awesome. I'm almost there to 1,000. I'm so excited. So cool. Thank you so much for all of your comments and just all of your interactions with me. It's so fun. I love it. And remember to appreciate yourself because what you appreciate appreciates. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.